And welcome back to some more Madden 20 Carolina Panthers franchise. We got a pair of 6 and 7 teams tonight on Monday Night Football. For the Panthers, the Saints got a win last week against the Atlanta Falcons, so the Panthers are officially eliminated from playoff contention. The Lions, on the other hand, at 6 and 7, are still alive in the NFC North race. They are a game back of the 7 and 6 Chicago Bears. So the Lions have everything to play for tonight. The Panthers have pride to play for. They can still get a back-to-back winning season, even if it means no playoffs. If they can win out the last 3 games, maybe that's enough to start to save Ron Rivera's job. But the story this week was about who's going to coach the Panthers next year. For his part, I mean, Ron Rivera's attitude is he can't control it. Whatever happens is going to happen. The only thing he can control is what he can control. So it's definitely, it's definitely a situation where the Panthers as a team are going to play hard for their coach and possibly try to save his job. As you can see, Cam Newton coming out, 16 interceptions. He's thrown 3 pick sixes the last 2 weeks. So for Carolina, if they're going to make anything out of the last 3 weeks of this season, as you can see, that one's almost picked, but on the tip, it's caught by DJ Moore. So DJ Moore having Cam's back there. That was almost interception number 17 thrown by Cam this year. Throwing it into triple coverage and bounces off of 2 Lions right into the waiting hands of DJ Moore. So ends up being a good play, but a bad decision. But here comes the Panthers, forced a punt, and look at this. I feel like this is happening so many times this year. Just bad luck on special teams, getting punts and kicks blocked, and every single time the other team runs it back for a touchdown. So not a good start for the Panthers here, as it's already 7-0 Lions. Of course, the Lions playing for their playoff lives here, as they can still win their division, but they're going to have to probably win out to do it. But Carolina, I mean, you can see Luke Kuechly dejected there on the sideline. Matthew Stafford here, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions for Matthew Stafford as the Lions get the ball after the Panthers were unable to do anything with it after the opening possession. But you can see on 3rd and 12, Stafford throws the incompletion. Carolina's going to get the ball right back and deep into Lions territory at the 6. Cam, he's going to find an open Greg Olsen. That's another story for the Panthers. Their long-time great tight end. He's been there Cam's entire career. As you can see him making another play here. Could be the final 3 games of his time in Carolina. Could possibly retire, but another punt. This time he's able to get it away. And it is a beautiful punt down at the 1-yard line by Javian Elliott running down the field. I guess if you touch it at the 1 and it goes in the end zone, I don't know what the rule is, but apparently in Madden that's enough. But here comes a safety here as Kerryon Johnson is unable to get out of the end zone. 7-2 the score, Lions ahead. So sloppy game for both teams to start out this game on Monday Night Football on primetime TV. It's looking like it's going to be bad football, at least from what we've seen already. So the Lions with the ball back after the Panthers were forced to punt, and it's 7-2. There's a pass to Hawkinson. So the tight ends this year, O.J. Howard had 155 yards last week, but Carolina gets the ball back after they force a punt after that play. And there goes Damian Ratley down to the 37-yard line. So Damian Ratley, you know, it's been a bad season for the Panthers, but Damian Ratley has been a positive for them. As you can see, Greg Olsen making the catch there for a touchdown. But Damian Ratley, he took over for Jermaine Kearse early in the season. And he has been playing outstanding as a slot receiver for the Panthers. But Carolina's up 9-7 now on second down. Brian Burns with the sack. Carolina gets the ball back, and here comes Damian Ratley. All kinds of green in front of him. Makes a nice juke move. So Damian Ratley, really, again, the feel-good story of the season for the Panthers. He was on the practice squad last year for Carolina, made the 53 this year, and hasn't looked back since Jermaine Kearse dislocated his ankle and he took over for the slot at the slot. Hasn't looked back since. But here comes Cam. He's going to fire to Damian Ratley. I mean, Damian Ratley is just on it today. And Carolina can really take command of this game with a touchdown here late in the second quarter. Cam Newton on second and goal. He's going to find Damian Ratley for the touchdown. So Damian Ratley, I mean, so this guy has really just established himself as a rising star at that slot position for the Panthers. He's going to be back next year. He's on a very much a team-friendly deal. I mean, he's going to be making like $650,000 next year for the Panthers. So basically, they're getting him for free relative to the salary cap. So Carolina's up 16-7 at halftime. Kind of a sloppy first half, but Carolina making some nice plays on offense to end the first half, and they're going to go into halftime with a 9-point lead on the Lions. Definitely a disappointing first half for the Lions when you consider their only big play was on special teams on the blocked punt, which they did run back for a touchdown. But again, I mean, the Lions are the team here that has everything to play for. Carolina is just playing for pride at this point and possibly trying to just make the decision to possibly move away from Ron Rivera a little bit more difficult. But you know, the Lions just, their offense just not even showing up in the first half at home in prime time in a game that they have to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. But it's 3rd and 2 now. The Lions driving, and it's a completion, and it's going to be 15 yards tacked on at the end of the run, hit out of bounds. So not a heads-up play by Eric Reed by any means right there, as the Detroit Lions would be forced to settle for a field goal. But here comes DJ Moore on the little slant route. He's going to go. DJ Moore, what an outstanding season DJ Moore has had as he dives into the end zone unnecessarily. 10th touchdown of the season for DJ Moore, and the Panthers are opening up this game now, up 22-10 after that play. A big play for this Panthers offense as Cam Newton delivers and DJ Moore finishes the rest with a nice run after catch, breaking that tackle. DJ Moore definitely a dangerous guy after the catch. It's 26-10. The Panthers would get another field goal, and after that touchdown made it 23-10. Lions would punt. Panthers would get a field goal. So here come the Lions now, looking to stay in the game. Here with a minute left in the third quarter, they're down to the 1-yard line, and Stafford's going to be sacked. Brian Burns. Second sack of the game by Brian Burns. I mean, just having an outstanding second half to the season. 17 sacks for him. He's going to be pushing 20 sacks this year in his second season in the league. He could be pushing for the league record for most sacks in a career, as well as most sacks in a season here soon. Definitely not this year, but in the years to come. I mean, Brian Burns might go down as one of the best pass rushers in NFL history, as Carolina was able to force the Lions to a field goal. So 26-13. Christian McCaffrey with a run there as Carolina's driving down to the 20-yard line. 58 yards on 17 carries, but Carolina would be forced to go for a field goal. And here comes Brian Burns. Or no. That's Luke Kuechly. I'm sorry. Luke Kuechly with the sack. And that's going to be fourth down on that play. Carolina takes the ball over. I believe they did score a field goal on that last drive, just a meaningless field goal to make it 32-13, I believe was the final score today. So the Lions just completely having a cat nap at home late in the season. They've got a chance to win their division by getting a few wins here late. They got a 6-7 Panthers team that just lost a completely deflating game last week, deflating 3-game losing streak down the stretch that played themselves out of playoff contention. But it's a win, 32-13, a monster win for the Panthers in terms of the score. Panthers are 7-7. Lions are 6-8. Please leave a comment, subscribe, like the page if you like what you saw, and we'll see if we can make it 2 wins in a row.